Bailey's out there barking. I'm wanting to try something tonight anyway, but she hardly ever barks when we walk out. What are you barking at? What is it, Bailey? Hello, CA. I stuck my head out the door. Bailey was barking at something. I'm not hearing anything. But while I'm live, I was wanting to try something tonight. I'm going to see if I can do a live video from my phone. I'm not sure how this would work. If I can go live from my phone and my laptop, I could log in the chat too. What in the world is that? Wheelchair. What's down there, girl? There she goes across the bridge. She's smelling something. I don't know if something's there or not. She walked down that way, started smelling something, turned around, went across the bridge. Now she's walking in the creek. I have no idea why she done that. But she was barking at, look, there's a new stick on the ground over here. That's where the one was the other day too. The Y stick's still there. That's out of a maple tree. There's no maple trees around here. Maybe up on the hill. There's definitely none in the yard. Where did that come from? It's definitely a maple though. See another stick down there. I might have missed it pulling in, but I didn't see it coming in. What do you smell? What do you smell, you turd? See if I can get an eye shot on that old building over there. There's a board that's pulled over. Like a little peak hole in that little chicken coop. There she goes back across the bridge. Not sure what's going on just yet, Tim. Bailey's out here barking. Now she's going around sniffing everywhere. Haven't heard anything yet. I just got home about 30 minutes ago, and I was going to try another experiment video. My other video got copyrighted against it because I showed PBS, Public Broadcast System, which takes tax money. You know, the tax money that I pay into the system for their platform, their far left platform. But anyway, so they took down the video in the United States, so I deleted it. I ain't gonna make no money off of mine. They said you have to monetize. I'm gonna try a whoop. What was you barking at, girl? What do you hear? Walter. What is it? What is it? I don't know yet, Tim. Possible. What is it? Somebody out there? I've got plans on it, Ron, but here's the deal. If you've got bright lights up, then the boogers ain't gonna come around, man. I mean, it's just that simple, really. I've had cameras put in place, all right, security cameras, for, well, since last summer. and it's a slow process. After I put the cameras up, then they kind of stayed away. They shied away for a little bit. But it's a slow process, man. I've got some lights that I'm putting out here. I've got one that's been in place, and I want to introduce a little bit of light at a time. But I mean, I'm not lighting it up like the 4th of July. That's just, they won't come around. There's no sense in that. I'm just telling you, people in the country buy street lights. They call them booger lights to keep the boogers away. Bright lights and game cameras, they don't like it. Now the fire lights and all that, I mean, that's, you know, they seem to like fire. But like I said, I work whenever I get home. The last thing I want to do, I got to build a fire inside. And the last thing I want to do is get out here and build one for no reason. And plus it's actually kind of warm tonight. Yeah, that was from the window. That's what I'm saying. I can introduce a little bit of light, and I've got plans on it for it. That was from right there. I had the lamp on in that window, and it shined out here. And you know, that's fine. I can do stuff like that. And what they was doing that night was standing behind the bushes here. But bright lights, they won't come around bright lights. I mean, you've got to have dim lights, and that's what I was saying. I've got this motion light over here, and it's not very bright. It runs off of solar. That's the solar panel. And then you've got this light here. Some of those don't work. There it is. You see, it's not real bright. But yeah, it's a slow process, man. I mean, I've tried stuff in the past, and it's actually kept them away, like the game camera deals. But once they get used to it, then they'll start coming back around. They don't know what to make of changes, basically. And like leaving my phone out, or recorder out, I've noticed if you try to hide stuff and you get busted, I mean, there could be one watching me right now, I don't know. But if they see me trying to be slick and hiding something, then they kind of lose trust. It's kind of a trust thing. It's a respect thing. I mean, it's took 4 years for me to get this far. So I'm not going to blow it by sticking up a big booger light. Like Snow White was talking about, she tried to hide a camera on them, and I can't believe she done that, but she did it. But I mean, I don't know, you're not going to really trick them. Yeah, the fires, I get really good activity whenever I get a fire going. There'll be fires, but, you know, I'm not going to do it all the time. I've had a long day. I've actually worked a little bit of overtime tonight at work. I was busy all day, which is good because it goes by faster. But I'm pretty tired. I was wanting to try something else, so I'm still going to try it. So I'm going to leave my phone out here. I'm going to go in, and I'm going to get on my laptop and see if I can go live. What I'm interested in is to see if I can record the live chat off of this, and see if it'll work. It might not work because I don't know if I can have my channel with 2 live streams. I'm not sure how that works. I was going to go and look at a camera that uses infrared and just have it on I think they can sense electronics too, but like the motion detectors and the other things that I've used around here, they get used to them. I think it's the flashes they don't like. So, like a motion light, they'll recognize whenever they get in front of it, the light comes on. I mean, they're smart. They're not stupid apes. They're smart. They're very good at problem solving too. They notice everything. So I'm gonna leave this phone out here. Y'all just keep on chatting. I'm gonna try to get the other thing going and see if it works. I don't know if it'll even work. I want to try it. I just heard a thump too, by the way. Come on, everybody. Okay, so that was successful, I guess, except for the sound. Like I went live on my laptop just to see if I could screen share the live chat and everything. Because I think that would be cool once I make the video. Once it's up after the live is over on the phone, I can put it up. And it's also weird that now 0 people are watching, yet I'm getting comments on this. That's kind of strange, YouTube. And now 25 people. What in the world? Yeah, it says 29 now. I have the live chat off on the other one. I was just wanting to see if I could do both at once. That way I could record the live chat, because I think if you could do that and people's listening to it and watching the chat, then they could find the noises, you know what I mean? I think it'd be easier. It'd save Sissy a lot of work anyway. Even though I appreciate it. So, lady, you said you seen somebody else was saying the words and putting it out in the public? Pawpaws are a wild fruit. They smell like a really, really strong banana smell. They got a taste of their own, but it's kind of like a banana type taste, and they grow here in the Appalachians. They probably grow up your way. I know they grow up in New York State. But they grow here. I've got a couple places they grow around here. And last year there was a bumper crop of pawpaws, and I went to get them, and they was all gone. Yeah, they're good out of jam. I tell you what's really good is, instead of banana nut bread, make pawpaw nut bread. Now that's good. What was that? Every year I plant a couple fruit trees. I've got the raspberries growing around the garden and blackberries. I think I planted apple trees last year and a pear tree. I've got some peach trees, but they didn't do any good last year. We had a late frost and killed it all out. Yeah, the sour apples. I've got those too. Got June apples up by the barn. Got crab apples. Yeah, the apple trees I got is too young right now. I need to transplant another one. The older ones I got are old and they're dying, the ones that Papa planted. So I've planted new apple trees. However, the ones that Papa planted, I threw out some mushroom spores underneath of them. And I'm getting morels. Morels love to grow up underneath dying apple trees and dead apple trees. I can't wait for April. It's a good time. I think the morels are the best mushrooms there are. I mean, I keep thinking I hear something, but this creek is just still too loud. Tomorrow night would be a good night to record. It's not supposed to. It hasn't rained today. It was up in the 70s today. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s. And of course, cool off and rain for the weekend. That sucks. Yeah, the old home place that my great grandfather built up there. I don't know how it's still standing. The neighbors used to raise cows and they got loose and into his. They was using the house for shelter, I guess, and they busted up all the floors and everything. And then somebody came up and got a bunch of the stonework from the chimney. But I can't hear nothing because of that creek. I need to figure out a way to either get a camera, like a infrared security camera that I can run to my PC and live stream from it. I think I can do that. If I can't do my security cameras I already have here. The problem is I'll have to move some of them. Or at least run one of them off my PC and live stream from it, because it's got the infrared. What in the world is that? Sounds like something running back and forth. Can anybody hear that? No, it sounds like something running. It's kind of far away though. It sounds like maybe it might be over in that bottom where Bailey was going a while ago. She's laid out on the porch now. Let me grab Pearl. I'm gonna walk down that way a little bit. Hang on a second. I hear talking now. Alright guys, I'm gonna move this away from the creek back up here on the porch so it might buffer here for a minute. And I'm gonna ride out there and listen and see what happens. And I might go up on top of the hill and try a call and see if I can hear responses from down here, kind of like we did the other night. Nah, really. But yeah, I've got this light up here. I just gotta wire it up. I'm gonna disable chat too. Well, did we get anything? I thought whenever I was out there, I did, what, 2 calls out at the head of the holler. And I thought I heard something from up here. Then I did another call whenever I just went up the other way. And thought I might have heard something too. But I was real close to the creeks. Couldn't tell real good. And they were real loud down there. Cat, you scared the crap out of me. So you got timestamp, Sissy? Cool. Whenever the weather warms up and it doesn't rain for a couple days, I'm going to be doing a lot of live streaming from up there where I can bring my laptop and everything. Just sit and listen. I'm going to try to figure out some sort of mic to use, a parabolic mic, and maybe hook it up to this phone. Things like that. Good deal. I'm glad y'all like it. So what did you all hear? One thing I didn't do was put the animals in the house, so we got to allow for that also. Also the live streaming, like sometimes I can, like whenever I'm out here doing work, I'll have stuff happen. Thinking about maybe live streaming while I'm doing stuff just to see if anything. Really, because that's what I thought I heard was voices too. And I thought I heard a whoop back at one point. Yeah, I went out of the holler the way I'm facing now. You know, the creek runs out of the holler, of course. But I went down there and sat and did a vocal, or a couple vocals actually. Then I drove back up the holler and did more up there. Oh yeah, there's trees down. One of them's out in the road and a couple more are iffy looking. I took video of them too, because they wasn't down. I think it was Saturday I went up there. Pretty sure it was Saturday. Yeah, I know it was Saturday. I went up drove up the road just to look, and the trees weren't there then. One of them was up by the roots and everything, so I don't know. I have to check them out. I just heard a chirp. Oh. Y'all hear that? A pop? I guarantee there's no crickets out right now. However, there are spring peepers up in the ditch line. I heard them just now going up there. So that's a good sign. I've seen robins and spring peepers. The geese are flying back in. Pretty cool. No, we're waiting for you to get the live one, buddy. What I'm saying is, you know, they make different noises. I've heard spring peepers in the middle of January whenever it's below freezing. You know, that's not normal. But I heard one spring peeper, which is also not normal, by the lake last year. I've got it on video. You can look at some of my lake videos. But these were real peepers. They was all going off up the holler just now. A whole gang of them. But they make different noises. I mean, they can mimic anything. A spring peeper, it's a little frog. First frogs that come out in the spring. Usually in the ditch lines or like a swampy area. They're just peep, peep, peep. Spring peepers. Matter of fact, I hear some right now. Which is odd because unless they're up there in the ditch line, but they don't get in like the creeks or anything, they stay in ditch lines. Alright guys, I'm gonna go in and get me a shower. Like I said, that last live video I did from the laptop, PBS did a copyright deal on it. Turds. I wish there was some way I could make it to where none of my tax money went to them. But anyway, we'll have to look into the copyright deals, I guess. But I did talk to MK Davis today through Messenger, or send messages, and I was asking him about his hair video and if he cared if I used it. And he told me to feel free to use any of it. MK's a good guy, I like him. He does good breakdowns and such. So I might redo that one. I might go live here in a little bit. I'm gonna get me a shower and all that good stuff first. But I'll leave this one up. Sissy said she sent me the timestamps, so we'll put them up. I appreciate it, Sissy. Guys, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna hit the shower. Like I said, I might go live again from the laptop and try to redo that video and leave PBS and their fancy cuttlefish out. I thought it was a pretty cool video, but I want to do more practice on it anyway. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. God bless.